applied for Schengen Visa for more than 6 times, both from India and the UK. And every single time I got it approved. The longest visa validity I received so far is 2 years. So in this video, I will break it all down for you. What a Schengen Visa is, what are the different processes and how you can get one. Even though the video is slightly tailored for those applying from India, you will get all the information you need to apply for Schengen Visa from wherever you are. Plus, I will share some tips and tricks and common mistakes to avoid at the end of this video so you can maximize your chances of getting an approval and longer validity. This applies if you're traveling as a tourist, to visit a friend or a family, or traveling for business purposes. Hello everyone, I am Premia. Welcome back to my channel. I make videos in an attempt to make immigration and migration easier. If that's interesting to you, check out my other videos as well. So here we go. Schengen Visa is one of the easiest visa you can apply on your own. You don't need an agency or a travel agent to apply this visa for you because the process is very clear. There is no confusion around it. Every single time I applied, I did it myself. So without any ado, let's get started. First is first, what is a Schengen Visa? A Schengen Visa is a short-term visa that allows you to travel to 27 European countries that are included in the Schengen list. Check out the description to find out which countries are included in the Schengen list. Once you get this visa, you don't need separate visas to visit each of these countries. You can just enter one and travel freely in the Schengen zone. So if you're planning a Europe trip, this might be the only visa you need. Schengen Visa is mainly for tourism, business trips like as attending a conference or meeting, or visiting friends and family. It does not allow you to work or settle permanently in Europe. So keep that in mind. Now let's talk about the application process. The process is actually very simple. First step is decide which country to apply to. You apply through the country where you will be spending most of the time. If you're visiting multiple countries and spending equal amount of time in each of these countries, then you can apply through the country in which you will be entering first into the Schengen area. Next is to identify where to apply. It all depends on which country you are residing in and which country you will be applying to. For example, if you are applying from India, it will be VFS Global. It's an external service provider, VFS Global, that will be handling your application form for majority of the Schengen countries. For Poland and Hungary, it will be another service provider, that is BLS International. France and Germany allows you to apply directly through their embassy if you're residing in India. You do not need to go through VFS Global. If you're not from India, you can find this information from the country website that you're applying to. It's very easy to find. Third step is preparation. Identify which documents are valid for you for applying this application. There is slight variation to the documents needed depending on the purpose of your travel. Are you going there as a tourist, or to visit a family or a friend, or on business purpose? To find the exact list, go to the VFS Global site or the external service provider applicable for you. The VFS Global site is very organized. You can find checklist tailored for the different travel purposes. You can find the link in the description. Fourth step is gathering the documents. A general list includes a valid passport. Make sure the passport is valid for at least 6 months after your trip. Also, you will not get a visa that is valid longer than your passport validity. Next is visa application form. Let me share a tip. Make sure you use the application form from the external service provider's site if you are applying through them, not from the migration site of the country that you're applying to. I did this once because the country site had the latest revision of the application form, and then I thought, why use an old revision? But what happened to me was when I visited VFS Global to submit the application form, they gave me the application form that was in their site. They said they are still using the old revision because of so and so reason. So I had to hand fill the application form. So keep that in mind. Next is, if your purpose is tourism, a travel itinerary is needed. A travel itinerary is a detailed plan of your entire trip, including which places you're visiting, your activities, the flights, and accommodation list. This is to show the embassy that you have a clear plan and a genuine purpose for your application. Your flight bookings. You don't actually need to buy the tickets. A reservation or a dummy ticket is enough. Hotel bookings if you are a tourist, or invitation letter if you're visiting family or friend or traveling on business purpose. For hotel bookings, you can easily find free cancellation hotels in booking.com. I use it all the time. You must have travel insurance and it must cover for at least 30,000 euros. Bank statements or salary slips to prove that you have enough fund for your entire trip. Or 3 months pay slip from the sponsor who is providing you the invitation letter. Leave approval from your employer if you are still employed. Now a pro tip, add a cover letter. In the cover letter, explain your future travel plans, why you need multiple entry visa, and your passion for travel. Of course, longer validity is never guaranteed, but it will definitely help. Now that you have all the needed documents, next step is to book an appointment at the visa center. Next is attend your visa appointment. It's pretty straightforward. Submit your visa application, give the biometrics, and pay for the visa fee. And then wait for the decision. It usually takes 2 weeks for the decision, but in my case, I received decision in less than 1 week every single time. If you are the traveler, you need to submit the application yourself. Nobody else can do that for you, even if you give them a power of attorney. I wanted that option because my mom was not that good in English and I wanted to make sure that her application form was submitted properly. However, VFS Global let me accompany my mother throughout the entire application process. So if you need that option, check with them. Now, let's talk about some key points to keep in mind to make sure that your visa is not rejected and also you can get longer validity visa. First is a no-brainer. Be very clear about your travel plan. Your itinerary should make sense. If you're applying for a tourist visa and you have no plans and no bookings, your application will definitely be rejected. Having a good travel history helps a lot also. If you have traveled before and returned on time, that will improve your chances of getting a longer validity visa. If this is your first international travel, then make sure your documents are extra strong. If it is your first Schengen visa, I don't think you can expect a long validity visa, unfortunately. They usually give only a shorter duration visa for the first time applicants. However, if you're applying for the second time, especially to the same country, you have a higher chance of getting a longer validity visa. If you also include a well-written cover letter explaining your passion for traveling and exploring other Schengen countries, you will have a higher chance of getting a longer validity visa with multiple entry visit. And from my personal experience, I have noticed that France and Netherlands tend to give longer validity visa compared to Sweden. So if you have an option to apply through these countries, make sure you do that. Be sure to show strong financial stability. You need to show that you can afford the trip. If your bank balance is low or your income is less than the expenses, your visa may be rejected. Proof of relationship is very important. It is easy for close family members because you usually have some documents to provide as proof. If that is not the case, prepare old photos, recent photos, and proofs to show that you are keeping close contacts with each other. For example, calls, chats, etc. Don't fake documents. People sometimes try to fake bank statements, hotel bookings, flight bookings, etc. But embassy is smart. If they find that it is fake documents that you provided, you might be banned from applying for visa from ever again. Next key thing is apply early. Apply well in advance. Ideally, apply 2 to 3 months in advance. Alright, that's it for Schengen visa. Honestly, this is one of the easiest visa that you can apply on your own and get an approval. Key thing is preparation. So if you found this video useful, let me know in the comments. And if you have an experience to share, please do that in the comment below. Next, I plan to do a video on the long-term visitor permit. And if that sounds interesting to you, stick around. I'll see you in my next video.